Humanity, you gave me $30,000 and I gave you my heart. You gave me your faith when I disappeared, and I gave you my promise that I would never quit and never give up, and now we are here after 5 years of hard work, 8 months of back-breaking upgrades and labor. It is the last time to run the world's first solar, continuous, say it with me, microwave, pyrolysis, reactor, baby, Mark 4.5. We are here. And when I turn this machine on, it will be history. Not only because it is an invention and the first of its kind, but because this is sending a message to the world, letting the world know that we are done. It does not matter. We're not going to wait on some big corporation, some big government to do what needs to be done. If we need to do it ourselves, we will do it ourselves, because this is our world. This is our earth. And we care and we protect it. And we protect and care for each other too. So, without further ado, desde mi corazón y mi alma.
What's good, Dark Mafia? We back with another strange and creepy video, man. Just more stuff I'm finding on TikTok and the dark web. Just stuff that's gonna make you rethink everything, man. Again, still merch coming soon. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. Interesting. All right, let's get right into it.
Breaking news, we now have footage of the monster who took the life of Charlie Kirk. The people who took this video, I'm assuming, were on their way to Charlie's event when they stopped because they saw a man laying down on top of a campus rooftop. They said they saw him get on the roof from the other end and immediately run across and lay down in the position he is in now. Here's another video from inside of a building in the direction where Charlie is facing, and I want you to pay attention to this corner right here where immediately after the suspect opens fire and people start panicking, the suspect flees and runs away. An FBI director, Kash Patel, confirmed the subject for the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Thank you to the local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with FBI. We will provide updates when able. Whether you agreed with Charlie Kirk or not, this is never okay and no one deserves this. Rest in peace to Charlie. Let me know what you guys think, and as anything comes out, I'll keep you guys updated.
People are very concerned with the way The Rock looks right now in his latest public appearance. Now, this is a video from a premiere that was posted yesterday, and as you can see, The Rock looks very different. Just in case it's been a while since you've seen The Rock, this is what he looked like during the Pain and Gain movie just a few years ago. Now this one is a drastic difference, obviously. This is him when he was 18 years old, still very good size. And this is him at one of his biggest, and another comparison of when he first started acting to what he looked like at his biggest during the Pain and Gain movie. And when you compare those images to this one right here of him from yesterday, you can tell, look at his chest. His waist is very small. His forearms are also very small. You can tell that he's taken a drastic change from just a few years ago. Now, some people are questioning, is this new look for a new movie role? Other people are claiming that he was on substances during his WWE and acting career to make him larger, and that now he's gonna try and live long enough and fade away to just enjoy his millions and billions of dollars.
Now, what do you expect a man to do, bro? He's reaching his 50s. He can't keep taking the steroids, and, you know, he's got to watch his health. So, you can't really expect him to stay at that level that long, man.
I used to be very proud of my muscular build, but now 3 reasons have led me to lose 60 pounds of muscle. I am very fond of fitness. Every time I see my well-developed muscles in the gym, I feel a great sense of satisfaction. However, maintaining muscles is extremely difficult. Therefore, in addition to high-intensity workouts, I also took some fitness supplements, but it turned out to be a wrong decision. These products had a negative impact on my body, and my muscles began to atrophy, which made me very sad. Apart from this reason, I also intentionally lost some muscle. My father's passing made me realize the importance of having a healthy body. Previously, my weight reached 260 pounds with very thick muscles. Although I looked good, this weight was actually unhealthy. I am already 53 years old, and I must keep myself in a healthier physical condition for myself and also for my family. Moreover, WWE wrestlers need a heavily muscled physique, but as an actor, what I need is a more well-proportioned figure. An overly exaggerated body shape doesn't allow me to perform well in acting. So I appropriately lost some muscle, and now my body is more balanced than before, which I really like.
Been saying this. Of UAPs emerging from or submerging into our water, which could indicate a base or presence beneath the ocean's surface.
I don't know about a base, but, you know, as I mentioned, I had a different source entirely describe this pretty extraordinary footage that exists of orbs, of an orb coming out of the ocean and being met by another orb.
And seems like there's still...
If you don't know what an orb is, it's a light. So they just admitted to seeing lights coming from the ocean, flying around, intelligent lights. For so long, my wife and I, we've been teaching as well as friends, and we begin mocked, saying that marine spirits exist. There is a such thing as a marine kingdom, and given scripture to back it up. You could go look at my videos from years and years ago, my wife's videos. And here the government just casually admits that, yeah, we've been seeing orbs, intelligent orbs coming from the ocean. And I'm gathering from this as well as other reports that they've said. And some of you watched the whole thing, you know what I'm talking about. That reminds me of this in Job, where it says, dead things are formed from under the waters. The RB says it like this: behold, the giants grown under the waters. And the Young's literal translation says the Rephaim are formed beneath the waters. The Hebrew word that's used here literally means spirit, go shade. So it interlocks spirits with giants. Here's a clue: spirits, demons, are the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. This is why. But it talks about they're underneath the waters. That's tied with these orbs. This is why you also see, and I've been teaching this for years as well, and people have been making videos, and it's not true, but when Jesus was going to cast out demons, a storm pops up, he rebukes the storm. That storm was not from the Father, because Jesus would never rebuke something that the Father sent. That was a demonic power that sent that storm. Jesus rebuked it, and it ceased. It would have been what they believed to be Poseidon of that day. And notice when Jesus went to the other side, cast the demons out, where did the demons go? Into the pigs. Or where did the pigs go? Into the water. You take a look in the Old Testament, the Philistines worshipped a false god by the name of Dagon. What was Dagon? A merman. Water spirit. You see, the Bible also talks about Leviathan, the twisted serpent of the sea. So yes, the Bible has a lot to say about these spirits underneath the water. And the government just casually admitted that they've seen them. So all these Christians and all these people saying that we're loony because we talk about this, no, it's Bible. And the government just came out and admitted it. To deny both of those just means you're in denial. For those of you that want to learn more about this, because I'm going to be posting a lot of videos, hit the follow button for more. And if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe with the bell icon to be notified when I upload, and my longer form videos. Check those out too. Now, for those of you that want to take your learning deeper of this subject, we're doing a 3-day class at the end of the month teaching on this, on the subject of UFOs, fallen angels, and their biblical significance, as well as why God created constellations in the cosmos and how they detail their plan of redemption, the celestial war zone, the conflict between angels in the second heaven, and a lot more. To sign up from TikTok, click the Eventbrite link in my bio. To sign up from YouTube, click the Eventbrite link in my bio. And remember, it's a pre-recorded class, so if you're doing Thanksgiving, you won't miss it. It's yours forever to watch as many times as you want, as long as YouTube is up and running. It's pre-recorded.
Now, entertainment purposes only. I am not selling anybody's product. I do have I'm working on a ocean video coming up soon. You know, creepy stuff's about the ocean, so stay tuned for that.
Time you move cryptocurrency to buy drugs, if people want to find out about it, they could.
You're doing all this stuff on the dark web, and everyone's anonymous, like, right? So you're kind of just
like, not, you're really not. The ecosystem on the dark web, you need cryptocurrency to facilitate all these transactions, right? Mm-hmm. Do you guys know about cryptocurrency at all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, you know how every crypto is on a blockchain, right? Mm-hmm. Or blockchains blockchains are immutable, right?
That's where my knowledge goes down, but yeah.
Okay, meaning every single transaction is on a, think of it as like a web of every single transaction that occurs, right? So there's this giant company called CipherTrace that solely exists to trace down people like me using blockchains. So anytime you move cryptocurrency to buy drugs, if people want to find out about it, they could. It's not as difficult as people think.
Really? So it's not,
yes.
It's not as anonymous as people think?
No.
Is that all cryptocurrencies, or are there some that would be more anonymous than others?
So Monero right now is the most anonymous, but that's only a matter of time before the government cracks their algorithm. Again, it's going to be like a game of whack-a-mole. Like these are called privacy coins, right? As more privacy coins pop up, the government has unlimited resources, and they'll just pay more computer scientists and data scientists to figure out how to crack the algorithms behind these coins, and then they're not secure whatsoever.
Does the government have a dark website where they sell items from the 411 children? Watch this, y'all.
On dark web TikTok, let me just fill you in on what's going on over there. So there's this wrestler named Shiloh Hill, WWE or something. He finds this website on the dark web, and it's just shoes for sale. Shoes for sale, right? But all of the shoes on this website are covered in this dark red, dark brown stain that looks like it could be from a human. So he's looking at it, and he's like, this is weird. And he's posting screenshots of this website, and all of the shoes have human names. And then all of them have an age, which is weird. Some of them say like unknown. So that's weird. So he's like, I'm gonna order a pair of shoes. Like, what is this? I think the boots he ordered were like $120. They get delivered the other day. So he unboxes them, and sure enough, they're these boots, and they're covered in this dried stain. So he orders luminol at the suggestion of TikTok comments, and it arrives today. He sprays it on the boot, he puts it under a UV blacklight, and sure enough, it tests positive as blood. But it gets worse because when he opens the shoes and he pulls them out of the box, a black unmarked VHS tape falls out of one of the boots. So apparently now he has ordered a VHS player. I mean, if that happened to me, like, I don't have a VHS player either. I don't know where I would get one. And we are all anxiously awaiting to see what's on the tape. So I'm gonna go check my inbox now for dark web stories, because now I'm down the rabbit hole. And if you have any dark web stories, please feel free to send them.
I'm gonna step back. It's in a Zeppelin.
Oh my god. Hey, amiga.
I have found out that the government has retrieved between 10 and 15 actual flying saucers, 3 of which have been in perfect condition, 1 of which they tried to fly. They have between 30 and 50 alien bodies in cryogenic storage. We even have the name of the person whose job it is to show these bodies to the heads of state and the people who are authorized to see them. They represent at least 5 different civilizations.
Biggest leak in history on the dark web. Confirmed by SpaceX, the Earth has no core. SpaceX has been secretly digging towards the core. What was found is unimaginable. A world we never thought to exist. What seems to be an abandoned city, or is it? Why has Elon Musk been hiding this?
Until he starts to edit it back at the office and sees this. Watch closely. As the face of a young child appears inside the wrecked car, Loudney is stunned.
Not only me, but everybody else in the editing department, including the manager and other people who work there. Everybody saw the face of a child in those images. It came from nowhere. Sometimes you must see it to believe it. But I believe something is there. I know what I saw.
Somebody on the other
My
side
image showed the face of a child.
Jamie, pull that video up.
17 7 1 2 4 3 5 2.
They testing blue beam, y'all.
I think they're making a 6 next or 0.
9 9. What is that?
I don't know. I think it's planes is way up there.
Well, I know that's what it is, but what are they making?
I don't know. That's weird.
I'm gonna post it on Facebook and tell people to look up the numbers in the sky.
Numbers in the sky.
Ain't no plane doing that quick to where it's
7. I think.
Look at this. People are reporting very strange numbers in the skies of Southern California. It is thought that these numbers were created by a commercial plane for a specific business, but these numbers are short of a phone number. What is even more bizarre is that on weather applications like Ventusky, the weather seems to have been forming numbers over the ocean. The numbers appear to be 4991283.
I've been trying to tell y'all, the forest is alive. Watch this. Watch this. It's bleeding.
Cutting it for?
That looks like blood.
Ain't y'all ever seen The Happening?
You can't tell me the forest isn't alive. It's just a plant, right? Weird. Very strange.
Tell me that doesn't look like a human being. It's been sucked into that tree. Somebody explain this. Stay weird, y'all.
This story comes out of Phoenix. Now, there was this older couple who lived near Scottsdale. And they said that one night they were sitting in their living room watching a movie. They said there was a really bad thunderstorm out, and they just remembered hearing the rain hit the roof of the house. Well, all of a sudden, they start hearing a knock at the door. And they thought, you know, like, that's odd. Like, who would be here this late at night during a thunderstorm? But they were the kind of people who would open the door for anyone, and they would help out anybody in need. So the old man, he goes and he answers the door. And when he opens the door, the older woman feels like a strange breeze kind of blowing, which she just assumed was from the storm. They both see these two men standing at the front door. They are wearing black suits and ties, and they look just very out of place. And one thing they noticed is that there wasn't any white in their eyes. It was just all black. And they said, you know, yeah, can we help you? Like, what are you doing here late at night? They said, excuse us, our car broke down and we need to use your phone to call someone. Can we come inside? And like I said, them being just sort of this generous old couple, they were like, you know, okay, you can use the phone. Like, yeah, come on in. So these two men walk through the door, and the old lady notices that they were walking like very funny, kind of erratically, as if they had never walked before, and they were trying to figure out like how to walk and how to move their body. They go over to the couch, they sit down, and she says to them, can I get you guys something to drink or something to eat? And they said, no, we're fine, we just need to use the phone. So she said, well, the phone is down this hallway, you know, and it's on the wall. So the one guy got up and he goes to use the phone. The other guy sitting on the couch, they noticed he kept like grabbing his face, like something was wrong with it. And he seemed very irritated, very bothered by something. Well, the old woman decided to go in the kitchen and grab herself some tea. When she walks in the kitchen, she notices the one man who had went to use the phone standing in the hallway, just staring straight ahead. And she's like, are you all right? Like, is everything okay? She said he didn't say anything. She's like, excuse me, sir, are you okay? And she said, then it was like all of a sudden he realized what was going on. He's like, oh, yes, I'm fine. I just used the phone. Our ride will be here soon. So then he walked down the hallway and he sat back on the couch. Well, the old woman, she started feeling really, really sick, and she felt like she was getting nauseous, and she sat down in the kitchen. Her husband, who's sitting out talking to them, right, he starts feeling kind of nauseous. He starts feeling kind of sick. And that's when these two men said, our ride will be here soon, and then we will be gone. So the old man gets up and he goes into the kitchen. He tells his wife, like, something's wrong. Like, I'm not feeling good. And I think I'm getting sick. And the wife says, you know, I don't feel good either. Like, yeah, something is off. They go back out into the living room. The two men are gone. They are nowhere in the house. But the odd thing was, the door was locked from the inside. So how could they have gone out the door and managed to lock it? Because they didn't have a key. They look outside, they look all around. These people are nowhere to be found. They assumed, you know, they must have got a ride and left. Well, over the next couple of months, they had this strange illness, and they kept getting sicker and sicker. Eventually, the old man passed away, and they could never really explain what was wrong with him, what this illness was. But his wife believed it had something to do with that encounter with these two men.
Things are getting crazy in Chicago. Now Chicago gang members are starting to threaten ICE officials and the Trump administration, warning them that if they step foot in Chicago...
Humanity, you gave me $30,000 and I gave you my heart. Man. You gave me your faith when I disappeared, and I gave you my promise that I would never quit and never give up, and now we are here after 5 years of hard work, 8 months of back-breaking upgrades in labor, it is a last time to run the world's first solar, continuous, say it with me, microwave, pyrolysis, reactor, baby, Mark 4.5.
Yeah, say it with them.
We are here. And when I turn this machine on, it will be history. Not only because it is an invention and the first of its kind, but because this is sending a message to the world, letting the world know that we are done. It does not matter. We're not going to wait on some big corporation, some big government to do what needs to be done. If we need to do it ourselves, we will do it ourselves, because this is our world. This is our earth, and we care and we protect it. And we protect and care for each other too. So, without further ado, desde mi corazón y mi alma, vamos! We got the vacuum pulled. It's time to turn on the magnetrons now. We are now operating at full power. At full power, absolute capacity. We are consuming 12,000 watts. It's happening! Look at that. It's happening. We all know what that means. Oh my goodness, take a look. There's the oil, everybody. Now is the moment that will make or break this machine. We are about 2 hours in. Now it's time to load in plastic while the machine is running. Now that we have this loaded with plastic, we'll close this valve and then close this valve, pull a vacuum on the thing. Vacuum is being pulled on the chamber. We are now opening this chamber. Oh, look at that. All right, we'll turn on the blades. Beautiful. That's literally exactly how I want it. Just like that. These blades spinning, plastic falling in while the machine is on, while the machine is hot, while we're still making fuel, baby. The world's first solar continuous microwave pyrolysis reactor. I fed in the plastic from up here too fast, clumped together. That's what happens. That's why we had to employ this really sophisticated auger blade system, because plastic, especially under these conditions, loves to just get staticky and clump together. Fortunately, I think I could fix this, but not while the machine is running.
This has just happened.
Hey, we're gonna stay tuned to Julian, man, for real. Anything comes out, I'm putting it up. You gotta protect him.
Found out that Charlie Kirk got shot.
It's fucking awful.
And is he dead?
No, I don't think so.
That's what was just
one of the guys out there just said it was confirmed that he's dead.
In the lobby was just.
I've been looking. I haven't seen anything that said confirmed.
Whoa.
Murder for having a different opinion from somebody else.
Yeah.
Different ideology from somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Beliefs that didn't align.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Dead?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
We're in
Fuck.
Fox News.
Jesus. 27 years old, maybe? 30?
Do they even have a suspect?
I don't know. That's why I don't. I'm literally trying to track it all on Twitter, and it's all.
Fuck. Nobody deserves it. He doesn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
No one deserves this, folks. No one that has different opinions. No one deserves that.
No.
This is horrible.
No.
But I know people are going to celebrate it because this is a fucked up time, and people have really fallen into this trap of us against them.
But it's also going to make people not want to be as courageous or not want to be as forthright with the things they believe. It's gonna put people on guard.
It could. It
could do the opposite.
Yeah.
I get that, but there's also going to be that sort of ingrained thing now.
Mm-hmm. You're correct. Yeah. You don't. When something happens in the current, like right now with this one with Charlie Kirk, it doesn't seem real.
No.
It seems very surreal.
It does.
It seems like
it does.
It's going to take a long time before we reference this as something that happened. Like remember he got shot and killed. Oh yeah. Like right now, it just doesn't seem real. It seems so crazy that it's not registering.
It's not. No. Is he a friend?
No, I met him once.
Okay.
I met him once at a gun range of all places.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. He was a nice guy when I met him.
Wow.
It's a fucked up time. People are so divided in this country. They're so divided, and there's so many people that love it. They love that we're divided, and they profit off that division, and they stoke the fires, and they do it for their own profit, and it's so fucking gross. It's so gross. And to encourage this kind of thing is really one of the most horrific things that you could do after someone dies horribly like this, is celebrate.
It's
It should be a wake up call for everybody. Like, this is nuts. This is nuts.
No, it's unforgivable that to spend things like that, and because the people they're never thinking about is that person's family.
I think they just no. That's just like default with those. They gaslight you by default.
Right.
So immediately they try to find some reason why whatever the thing is that's in the news is someone else's fault.
Right. Of course.
It's just all gaslighting. And that's what they're paid to do. They're paid propagandists, masquerading as the news. So weird. Fuck.
No, it's a dark day.
Yeah. It is. Well, one of two things is going to happen. Either people are going to realize how fucking insane this is, and we have to have a conversation about being able to have conversations.
Right.
Or it's going to get a lot worse. That's what's scary. Scary, this could spark off some kind of a real violent conflict. You know, that guy had a lot of fans.
Yeah.
A lot of people love that guy.
Yeah, I know.
And if they find out that he got killed for something that they vehemently oppose in the first place, it could send people over the edge.
It could. Yeah. There's always that flashpoint moment in any, in previous times like this.
Yep.
Yep. There's always that tipping point moment.
Like the Rodney King film.
Yep.
Right? Something.
Yep.
Just like that's it.
Yeah. This also highlights just a little bit of perspective, like how lucky Trump was.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like Charlie didn't get the benefit of a head turn or a couple of microns or millimeters or, and it's just like, wow, who decides that?
Yeah.
That is just, there's this
The
thing.
Trump thing is bananas.
Yeah. But they talk
just
about
clips his ear.
Yeah, because he makes a reference to something.
Yeah,
and then it's just
and then it clips his ear. Where if he didn't turn his head, he'd be dead, and it would have been on live on CNN.
There's a lot of weird stuff about this Charlie Kirk thing. The ring switching fingers. What else? The fact that he died a day before 9/11. Like my homie just told me about that. Like, he died before 9/11. He was literally talking about gun violence when he got shot. Like, literally the last word he said was gun violence. It's a strange one, man. Rest in peace if he's not dead. I keep hearing different stuff if he's dead or not. But whatever the case, man, prayers go out.
So if you haven't heard yet, a British anthropologist is stating that he believes that the tomb of Jesus Christ, that there's a tomb that has Jesus in it, or Yeshua, that was an actual name, Jesus wasn't. That's a whole nother thing. He is claiming that he feels like not only is Jesus' body down there, but also the Ark of the Covenant. And that he has scientific backing, and he's been doing research for a long period of time. He's already brought it up to the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, and he is planning on delving further into this to find essentially the body of Jesus Christ. And I need some feedback on this, because honestly, I'm not sure what to think of it. I'm not. I think it would be really interesting. There's a lot of people that say that Jesus did not just, evaporate into the ether, that he actually lived a full life. He was not, he got married, he had kids, there are descendants, So if we were to find his body, we could actually find out who the descendants of Jesus are on the planet today, which is kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool. Plus, it would just, you know, it makes sense because they don't talk about it much in the Bible, but Jesus went traveling for a long period of time. I think it was about 30 years that he was traveling, and he went and he studied in India, and he studied Buddhism, and he learned a lot in Egypt. He lived in Egypt for a long period of time, and his house where he lived in Egypt is still on display. You can go to Egypt and see where he lived. So it's not really that far-fetched to think that he might have wanted to be buried in the Great Pyramid. Right? I mean, that's a pretty cool place to be buried. I wouldn't mind it. That's pretty cool. And maybe there's some more connections between like Christianity and Catholicism and Judaism and the ancient Sumerian texts and Egypt, because all of that stuff ties together. If you look into all the religious texts, all of it ties together. You know, it's just kind of like different perspectives of the same thing. So I am very intrigued by this, but I kind of want some feedback. I want to know what other people think of it. There's a lot of news articles. I don't see very many people talking about it, though. This seems like something that would, like, blow up the internet, you know? Like, they found the body of Jesus. Internet explodes, right? But it's not. No. It is not exploding. Just very interesting. And kind of weird. So, I'm excited to get an update on this and see what they find. Because we have found those structures under the pyramids recently with those scans. So now we know that there are those large tubular structures that are going far down underneath the pyramid. And then what looks like rooms under that, and a potential for like a whole tunnel system underneath the entire Giza plateau that we have not even looked into. And archaeologists are trying to get, you know, authorization to do this. It's very difficult to get authorization to do any of this stuff in Egypt. If you were unawares, you know, it's rough for archaeologists to actually get approval to do any of this stuff. They don't want anyone digging under the pyramids at all. So, who knows if they're actually gonna, if this British anthropologist is actually going to get the authorization to see if this is in fact where Yeshua was buried. I hope they do. I hope they do. But, and if they do, I will let you know, because I am very intrigued by this. Yeah. Okay, love you, bye.
And I'll let you guys know. You already know that. And you know, we thing is, we overstimulated as a society, man. One video will be about finding Jesus' body, and the next video will be a talking cat, and we still wouldn't drop a like. But I know Dark Mafia is gonna drop a like and subscribe on this video. Oh, by the way, we almost had 199 subscribers, man. Big 100 subscriber video coming up, man. Let's get this, man. You know, stay safe out there. Stay weird. You know. All right, bye.